So, since we don't have a post from Titus, I wish he could put a placeholder in. Um, I'll just mention that to him.
I can give you full permission. I just need you to be logged into Google, and right now I think you're anonymous.
I will check on that.
But yeah, anyway, I was gonna do that just so that you didn't run into anything else you couldn't edit, but I think that's probably the only things.
Am I not logged? Oh, you mean via the sheet I'm logged in as anonymous?
Like in Google, I think you're not logged into your Google right now, so it's only I'm not able to give anonymous people like the
I
rights.
should be logged into Google.
The only person I see in the sheet right now is anonymous Loris. You know how they give you like
So
different
I
little
have
anonymous
to.
animal names?
It says It says us to sign out. Or wait, am I looking at the wrong sheet? No, I should be logged in. That's weird. Unless
Okay.
there's something. I see you logged in.
Yeah.
Is there something I have to do on the sheet to log in?
No, I thought as long as you were logged into Google that it would let me give you access, but right now it just I don't know. I mean, the only other way to give permissions is to like make it like anyone can edit, which we can do if that's preferred, but
It's just weird because I should be logged in, or at
I
least
think
it's
that's the
got
only
my.
reason I think that's the only reason I hadn't already given you full permissions.
It has my icon up. Let me see. Is there something I have to do to actually log in? Weird. Is there somewhere else I have to log in?
Or maybe I just need to like enter your email address as an editor. That might work.
Oh, maybe. Maybe that's why it has me as
What
anonymous.
is your Google, your Gmail?
dm.raven@gmail.com.
Yeah, maybe that's all. There we go. If I just type it in, then it works. There we go.
Alright, cool. So anyway, guess we can get going. Session 179, we have Thorothea Scribe this week. If that works for you, Thorothea.
I can scribe. I'm just going to miss a 15-minute period there where I'm away for a clear minute.
Yeah, you were mentioning you had to step away. That shouldn't be too big a deal if you miss a couple of minutes. Next week.
That's when all the really important
Take
stuff
our break
will happen.
then. We can take our break then.
That's true. Maybe we could take our break, cutting it down to 5 minutes.
That makes sense.
Beryl, he would be up next week, just FYI. Previous scribe is Titus. Unfortunately, he did not post anything. I can give you a recap from my notes. Beryl, you are still quartermaster. Alright, let's see. So we have Titus looking into his family farm, or at least sending some of the guild people to look into it. They find out his farm was sold a couple years back, and he is now asking them to look into what happened to his family after that. We have Anna Kate looking into what happened to her father. She finds out a little bit about him. She thought he used to just be some simple shopkeeper, but it turns out he was selling some important things to multiple people, including relics to the Church of Palor. Basically kind of a sort of black market operator. Does that sound right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are continuing to try to figure out more about what happened to him. Let's see. Yeah, how Vortag fits into all of it, and why Vortag was hunting you specifically after your father vanished. Did you ever find out for sure he died in your backstory? Or
no,
you just...
I I
You were
think I
told
had it
that,
written
right?
in the backstory. Yeah, I think I had it written in the backstory that both my parents were killed, but if that's not what really happened, I just don't know. I was 5 years old at the time,
Yeah.
and
So you, yeah, you would assume, yeah, you don't know why they would lie to you about that.
right.
So you are approached. You and Titus were approached for an exclusive fighting opportunity by some Blood Hand contacts to fight in a black market ring, which is supposed to be more dangerous. You don't know, but you would assume they don't know you are actually. Well, yeah, you don't know for sure, but you assume that these people don't know you're members of the tribe, since your group is technically kind of enemies of the Blood Hand. So we were kind of doing a lot of story downtime stuff last week. New session 179 of Whispers of the Shadowlord, the Tribe. It is currently the 76th of summer at 8 a.m. I believe we just passed a day, and you are currently within Tyvanis still. So yeah, I'm not sure what you guys want to do today. I mean, we can take a quick look at your quest log. I mean, the main quest remains look into the tower to try to figure out a ritual to look, to trap the Shadowlord, as the Rune Masters of old did. But that's not necessarily something on a time crunch. It's just something that you are working towards. Currently, there is a little bit of, what's it called? Words. Well, there's a little bit of a danger of waiting too long. I should know the word for that. Because, you don't know what the Shadowlord's up to, so obviously the more time he is allowed to do things, the more dangerous it could be for Gaian with whatever he's planning. As his Children of Shadow clan, or cults, continue their actions across the Shadowfell, and there are whispers of some kind of corruption within the Feywild that might be linked to them as well. So that's kind of the danger with that. But also there is things with yourselves personally. Titus's family he's looking into. Anna Kate's search for her dad. Did we come up with something for Beryl, or is she just kind of...
Looking for tuning forks. I'm trying to help that swan.
Oh, that's right, the swan. I totally forgot about that. I should put that in my notes from last week. I must have.
Also, at the end of the last session, someone from the Thieves Guild approached Anakate and Titus.
Yeah,
So
that was that exclusive fighting opportunity I was talking about.
Oh, right.
They offered
okay,
to.
yeah, I forgot.
Yeah. So that's the swan could totally slip my mind though, because that's right. You were doing beast hunts, and you got a bunch of new forms. Okay.
And I think I was trying to hunt down a tuning fork. I think that I know what it was. I arranged for the Arc Druid to borrow, or well, to like, didn't I? They said that they would.
The Archmage, you mean?
Yeah, he won't. Yeah, the Archmage. Symphony. Didn't he agree to come? Or no, I sent him a message. Okay, I sent him a message about possibly borrowing the tuning fork, like him coming somewhere with me to use it to help someone. But I don't think he's gotten back with me yet. Something like that, wasn't it? I left him a message.
Yeah, you went to the guild, and they were saying you were a cute kobold. That receptionist.
That's what it is. I think I left him a message to contact me that I need to help someone by using the guild tuning fork, but that I don't want to put too like it's sensitive, and so I was hoping he would contact me when he has time or something like that.
Yes.
I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to like tell everyone about the swan and have people go looking for it.
Yes, that's right. So he is assuming going to either send message or maybe even come find you, but you're not sure yet.
Okay.
All right. So actually, before I go any further, let me just check something. So I just realized I might need a couple of names that I don't have in this game. I have so much lore now. It's all over the place. I'm trying to consolidate it. Okay. Just checking one of my other games real quick for a person who I don't think... Yeah, character I don't think is in this game yet. Ooh, that's who it was. Okay. All right. So, it is. Oh, actually, let me just really quick move that resource into this game. This is Whispers of the Shadowlord, right? Okay. And all right, that should be done. Okay, so as I said, it is the 76th of summer at 8 a.m. So you all are kind of waking up in the morning, getting ready for a new day. What do we want to work on? Do we want to continue here, or do we want to move elsewhere, like back to the main quest stuff? What are we thinking?
I think
Dorothy will be getting up and just happy to do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's really happy to just continue with everyone.
Yeah, you were kind of away last game. What was your character working on? Because I think you'd have some downtime you could spend. There's 5 days.
Yes.
So we should probably resolve that.
I think I was still... I'm not sure what I was saying. I think it was more to do with the wild magic stuff that I was trying to finish off.
Mm-hmm. What project was that, and how many days did you have left for it? Do you know? Is that under your downtime activities?
I know I've done with it. I put it on a note in my old laptop, and of course I can't access that, so I cannot remember.
see if it's recorded.
Yeah, I don't see... I mean, we could just say you worked on a different project, because 5 days is enough
Yeah,
to
well-
complete a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we'll say we'll work.
Well,
So-
that's right. We paid some people to research at the Phoenix Guild. Sorry, go ahead. But no, I don't see a project for Thoreau in the downtime.
Well, your
At least not
character...
one that got recorded, yeah.
Yeah, your character is not the most intelligent, so I'm not sure if you'd want to personally research something. Your character mostly is charismatic, right? Is that your high stat?
Yes, he's very
So generally, charismatic is good for making contacts or gathering information, because charisma is often involves talking to other people.
Yeah, so I'll spend my 5 days going through some of the darker spots around town, trying to make some interesting contacts.
All right. So, just one moment. Let's say you're carousing a bit. Got my downtime spreadsheet. Should probably just have this up every game, just in case. Alright, so you're doing carousing, looking for some contacts. So, you can spend different amounts of gold to make different types of contacts. Do you want to carouse for more like upper class, middle class, or poor?
I'm going to go middle class. That's very much so where Throky comes from. In a very
Okay.
middle class background.
All right. Middle class might not have as many options, especially if you're looking for arcane type of contacts, but it can come in handy for other things. So,
He'll start with the middle class just to get a base of what is around, and will possibly move into the upper class for more main contacts later.
okay. So, give me a persuasion check, and you would have to spend 50 gold pieces to do this.
I'll subtract that from the party inventory.
Alright, so Beryl funds your project, that's fine. Go ahead and give me 17. Alright. So you managed to make 2 middle-class contacts. We'll say like maybe a couple of powerful merchants within the marketplace who you become good friends with, and they both now owe you a favor. Or the group a favor, whoever wants to cash it in. So that is a new resource you've acquired from your downtime. Just these 2 contacts.
Throky would be glad just to see him at camp, still studying up on the amulet that he got, but also smoking a pipe and going through the new contacts that he's made.
So give me a D100 roll, because there might be complications from your project. Okay. So, was there anything in particular you were trying to learn from, or type of contacts you were trying to make, to like learn specific things or gain specific information?
It was more of a broader general arcane knowledge, as Throky's not really from this plane, so he's still trying to figure out where the best magic items can be located, if anyone trades or sells them, things like that, just to get a general understanding.
Alright. So, remind me what the item is that you're seeking for your backstory.
I'm seeking an old scepter that was in the family pool.
That was stolen from
Very
your
long.
town, right?
Yeah, it was stolen from my town. It's been a family for a number of generations, and it is said to be arcane. He said, but that's all. No, as he's only seen the item in passing as a child.
Alright. And did that have something to do with your wild magic? Sorry, I'm just refreshing myself on your backstory a little.
Yes, it's believed to be one of the reasons why my village in particular, and my family as well, are very what's the word, proficient in the wild magic.
Connected to these strange magical anomalies, like possibly some of the ones you keep seeing in various places.
Yes.
Alright. So I'll say one of the contacts who is a merchant who you were talking to actually has been in contact with an arcanist who is a bit odd. Maybe like while you were talking to him about magic, he may have brought this up. He doesn't know his name, but he trades with him often, and the person often speaks of being plagued by wild magic, much like you, much like you talk.
Yeah, Sorority would be this is mega very interesting, and love to meet that contact. Very similar. Oh,
Oh, you're cutting out a little. Can you say that again?
Tracy will be sitting there going, very interesting. Would love to meet him one day. Very similar to the magic I wield.
He says, well, if I see him again, I can mention you as well. He might be interested to talk to you about some of the effects you've been experiencing through the chaotic magics.
That would be a welcome. If you could do that, I would be very grateful to you, friend.
Alright, so I'll say you can spend a favor of one of these guys to get that meeting. So if you want to minus one of your contacts, I will say like that'll be his favor to you to introduce you to this guy.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
Can
So
I just sorry.
yeah, go ahead.
Just now when Lou mentioned that you were cutting out and then you repeated yourself through you were the loudest and clearest you have ever been for me. So whatever you did as far as positioning your mic or whatever, do that.
I just have to hold my phone up. I've been sitting on the table while I'm trying to type because holding it and using two hands, I'm trying to type like the diary out whilst talking. So it's kind of sitting in one spot. So I'll try and keep the phone up while I'm talking and then go back to typing out what I'm doing. Yeah.
Okay,
All right,
that makes
no
total
worries.
sense. I just wanted you to know that you were so clear for the first time for me, and yeah.
I know. I finally found the mic that's working. Eventually, I'll try and find a decent headset, but for the moment, the phone actually is semi-clear.
Nice.
Yeah, as long as it's up close to you, it's usually pretty clear. Alright, so that flashback aside, as we quickly explore what Thorothy had been up to for the past week. On this new day, you are all at the headquarters. The people are going out on their various tasks, and I assume maybe you're in the kind of eatery area having breakfast along with some of your camp members. So, what do you want to do?
I'll fill everybody in on how Titus and I were approached, and say, I am not interested in joining up with the Blood Hand, but it might be worth it to get some information.
Sure. If
What do you think?
AK is a good fighter, if AK wants to show them the monkey moves,
Dextreth.
then yeah.
Dextreth
The
would say,
information,
well, the people of the shadows aren't always trustworthy. Are you sure that these Blood Hand are someone that can be trusted with your location and identity?
No, not at all.
Why even take the invitation then?
Well, there are things that I want to know about what happened to my family. And as I think Beryl already mentioned, we did not, or Alira, somebody mentioned, we did not leave on the best terms with the guild and Char.
So she will nod.
Oh, and also, sorry, and the Blood Hand are disrupting our guild's operations here
So they're
in
enemies.
Sylvanas.
So I'm sorry. Say again. What is? Beryl thought this was just an opportunity for Titus and Anna Kate to kick some butt, and did you say it was a pit fighting opportunity, or is there something more to it?
It seems to be a less legal version of the pit fighting, underground fighting, and Well, obviously the Blood Hand is involved in this, connected in this, and I would like to know what they're up to.
But tribe could get in trouble if or something if doing this, or is other danger? If it is illegal, will tribe get other tribe friends in town and the tribe guild and the Phoenix Guild allies in trouble, or
If we are doing this undercover, I mean, perhaps we could notify someone that, you know, we are trying to infiltrate this this illegal fighting ring and avoid getting in trouble ourselves. We are trying to find out, you know, we don't want to participate in illegal activity. I look over at Titus.
He just shrugs.
That's not the goal here. Of course, you know, of course we would never do that. But you know, this is a way to get information and perhaps get them to leave our guild alone.
Barrel's on board if AK thinks it's a good idea.
I don't
Well,
believe...
that's why I'm asking. I'm like, I'm not sure it's a good idea, but
Dextreth would say it would require you two to go into the belly of the beast. There could be assassins and all sorts of enemies down there, and if they discover who you are, you'll be in the middle of a deadly situation.
It's possible they already know who we are, and that's why they approached us.
That's very
This
possible.
could all be a trap. This could be a setup.
I think this is a bad idea, but if you are going to go, perhaps I could help watch your back.
I'll support you no matter how you go, but be careful.
Can take one of Spy's murmurs, one of Anacate or Titus, one of tribe keep Spy's murmur.
I don't know what Titus is attuned to. If there's something that he could drop for it.
Well, we'll say he's in the background right now, so we won't worry about him.
I suppose if this is going to be hand-to-hand fighting, I don't need my bow, so I could swap that out for the Spy's Murmur.
Do we have maybe someone we could send to infiltrate their ranks? Someone of any of skill that knows subterfuge?
I mean,
Yeah.
that's me and
Much
Beryl.
tried to sneaky and
Beryl is sneaky. I would not say Beryl is talented at subterfuge. She's not the best talker.
Well,
I
that's
can
fair.
talk my way. I can talk my way in. I'm not the stealthiest, but I can talk my way in, possibly.
Maybe, she says,
what about another from Tribe Guild? Maybe Alira has someone here that Tribe could send on mission.
It's true. You all have a guild full of resources. It might cost you some gold, but it's one way to get things done. Much more power than I ever had on the astral plane.
Hire someone to infiltrate, gather information, but stay safe and not maybe take action. Just
This is,
info.
I actually, well, being a Gith might make me a little bit, might make me stand out. I don't see many of my kind in this city. I've been getting a lot of looks from people, so I don't know if I would, even though I am somewhat skilled at such things as I used to do subterfuge and information gathering for my people, as I said, I'm not human.
And you have no way to disguise yourself, I assume.
That is a good question. She says, no, there was no need. Walking amongst Gith, it was fairly easy to disguise myself, but now that I'm in the city, it's become more complicated. And I don't possess magical abilities, though I do have knowledge of a disguise kit, so I can somewhat disguise myself.
I mean, you might be able to do something to at least pass as human.
She thinks. She says, I suppose I could try. It might be a good way to make sure this is at least a little bit more safe if I was to go and try to gather intel on this Blood Hand and their operations.
I think Beryl has skill with a disguise kit as well. She may be able to help you.
No, disguises are becoming.
No?
creepy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I must have been thinking of someone else.
Yeah.
Her disguises are way more literal.
Yeah.
She just becomes
Beryl just changes
something.
form.
Right. If you want to join us for this, Beryl, you can just change into a small animal and one of us can pretend that you're our pet.
Yeah.
She says, well, I might be able to get the resources I need. I don't suppose you have any magical resources that could change my form or at least appearance.
I might have something that is right up your alley.
Oh? What is
I
that,
have
Shadow Elf?
I have polymorph.
She seems a little worried. She says, isn't that the spell that actually changes me?
No. That would be true polymorph. This is just polymorph. This is
Well,
only an hour. This would unfortunately might only last for an hour, but I do
But
have
we
at
want
least
her-
something.
We want her to be able to speak and
yeah, one note, polymorph can only change things into beasts.
Yeah, and
It does
also,
not
it's
change
not like-
humanoids to different humanoids.
polymorph isn't like Beryl's animal shape, where Beryl is still Beryl. Polymorph makes the target same as creature, same intelligence and everything. Doesn't take knowledge and intelligence with them like Beryl's does.
It was a good idea.
Unfortunately, it doesn't. It's the only thing I have. Unfortunately.
It was a good idea, Thorothy, but I think I might have an answer. I just need to look around a bit and try to uncover some resources, but I think it is doable. If you wish me to craft some subterfuge in the city. She
I
says,
would certainly
good.
the more the merrier, in my opinion.
Yeah, would Iara be a good resource here?
Oh, where is Iara?
She hangs out around the guild, doesn't she? She's like a contractor.
Yes, I believe so.
She's
That's
pretty
right, you spoke to
sneaky
her
and knows
last time.
Underworld, right?
She says perhaps I should speak with her.
Yeah.
Maybe work together and can get even better plan.
Oh yeah, there she is. He says, well, actually I was going to mention that now that I'm back here with you, you've helped me as you said you would, and brought me to the prime material plane. Do you wish me to stay with your camp, or shall I move on? I wasn't sure what our plan was once we got here. She says, I assume that you would want me to stay, Anarchy, but we never discussed it.
I mean,
And she smiles
I like you and all, but I'm not looking for a long term. Oh yeah, I mean, you're welcome to stay with the camp, of course.
She smiles and says,
very-
there was no mention of long-term commitments. I simply might need a paycheck.
I figured as much.
She says, but anything you wish on the side could be discussable. And she gives you a wink. There's perhaps some more sparring. You do tend to lower your left guard sometimes when you shouldn't.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that comment's gonna cost you.
She says, I was assuming it would. But anyway, if you wish me to stay, perhaps a fair wage could be settled upon, so I have some money and resources to help the group.
Sure,
Okay.
of course.
So she would ask for, say, what level is she? I'll say 8 gold a day.
Wow.
Oh, that's a lot. That's more than my entire monastery had on hand.
She says, well, I assure you
Oh,
I
just
am
kidding.
worth it.
Errol's okay with this.
I'm a talented fighter as well as someone skilled in subterfuge, and I do have a bit of knowledge as to how to disguise myself. I might just have to talk to Iara to learn more about the players in the city and how I could best infiltrate.
Errol says, let's do it.
Alright, so you're giving her gold salary a day. Add that to the thing here. Okay. So she is going to work on that. I'll put that in the downtime activities.
So it's going to be a downtime activity for her to come up with a disguise?
No, just generally infiltrating and gathering information on the Blood Hand.
Should it go on the NPCs tab?
So we're not planning to then immediately take up the offer for the fighting?
Well, that's up to you. This is just something she's doing on the side. She suggested you wait on it just so she could make sure this, was a legit offer. But if you want to just go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
No, that's
do
fine.
you have a separate tab for NPC stuff?
Yeah.
Looks like you do. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure, we'll put it in there. Is all the stuff on this tab still in progress? Probably get rid of a
There's
bunch
a
of it.
few things that we haven't been back to Char for a while, so I don't know if Shock and Melody, what they're up to.
Mhm.
But most of the stuff is pretty accurate. I guess Nimble was with us when we first got back from the Shadowfell, but then we forgot about him for a few sessions. So I don't know if he's back in Issac now.
Well, yeah, we'll say he returned to his people to continue as an ambassador. So
Okay.
we'll say he's not with you at this time.
Okay. Yeah, I knew there was a couple in there that probably needed updated, but we hadn't really been to those places or talked to those NPCs recently to know their status, so that's why I hadn't changed it.
Yeah, he's what was he doing? Yeah, he was just kind of acting as an ambassador. So yeah, we'll say he's
Yeah. And I
doing his
assume
own-
Corvin and Ufri are kind of permanently stationed, but I just have left them in there as a reminder, when we do go back there,
Oh, okay.
I
And I
also
think-
don't remember. Gooster in Dazoric supposedly has a reward for us for something, but I don't remember why or how we met him, or did we save him from the giant massacre or something? I don't know.
I think he was one of the people you saved from the camp.
Okay.
And he wanted to meet up with you later, but that never.
And
really
then we never
happened.
went back to Dazoric, but yeah.
All right, so.
Yeah, so feel
Nimble.
free to update any that you feel need updated.
Nimble is an Issac. Raldo is with the tribe. All your people. I guess that's camp now. You're doing camp.
Yeah.
Now we have Dextrous. Is also in the camp. And she is working on Blood Hand in Time Bomb. Nice. Okay. Oh, what's the date? Shoot, what's the date? It's just
80. Oh no, 76. 76 summer.
all right. 76 of summer. Got it. So she says, "I will start working on that immediately." As I said, you might want to wait till I get some more info, but if you wish to just get going on your project, I would understand. It just might be dangerous. Alright, so she goes off to work on that. What else is gonna happen right now? What's the group gonna do?
Well, Barrels needs to wait for Master Melody to respond, so Beryl might animal hunt again. If unless Tribe wants Beryl to help with something else.
Well, you mentioned we have a reward to collect. Is that somewhere you could teleport us to?
Sure. Roldo might want to visit Dezoric anyway. Has been away for a while. Tribe want to go to Dezoric today?
Sure.
Araldo says, it's been forever since I've been there. It'd be good to see how my old friend Chevreau is doing.
Okay. Field trip to Dezoric today? Let's go.
Yeah.
Have I been there yet with us with the tribe to Dezoric?
I don't think so. I think you bumped into
No.
them just after that because you met them up in the mountains.
Yeah, so Scott, I'm just gonna be sitting there going, "Oh, I've never been to Dezoric."
Yeah, it's cold there, but it's nice. This is where Tribe met Roldo and hired Roldo.
All right, so how are you getting to Dezoric?
I would do transport via plants to my tree friend up there near Dezoric.
All right.
I'm pretty sure I have one. We can check the big map to make sure. Yep, there's a tree there.
All right, so you use the tree network to move quickly over to Dezoric. Go ahead and spend the spell. Boop. So you would come out. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll be back. Apologies.
You gone for 15 minutes?
Should be about 15. It will depend on how long it takes to get his stuff into the car.
Okay. So you re-enter the town/city of Dezoric. Was your tree inside the town?
No, I think it was
outside. All right. So let's see. All right. So you approach. The guards would ask for your names and to identify what you're doing in the city. Are you going to give them your names and everything?
I think we were on the open when we were here before, and that they know us as the tribe.
Yep,
and know our real names. Yeah.
All right. So.
And I'll just say we're visiting Chevreau and Gregaro. Business with Chevreau and Gregaro.
This is not one of the cities where I'm wanted.
Sorry, not Gregaro, Gooster.
Not as far as you know. You don't think you stole anything from here?
I didn't say I didn't steal something. Just
yeah,
I
you don't think
they
you're
knew
in trouble
it was me.
So the group would enter the city. You are allowed entrance. The guards have no record of you having any issues here, so they would allow entry. What do you tell them your business is here?
We have business with Chevro and with Booster, Friends of Tribe.
The Javier estate. You have some powerful friends. Oh, is that you, Boulder Bottom? I didn't see you back there. He says, yes, Sam, it is. Just coming through. He says, got any of your strawberries for sale? He says, sorry, friend. I've not had a chance to travel and pick any, but I'll keep you in mind next time I do. He just will nod and say, I could use some. It's been a tough week. So the group enters the city, and where are you going?
Where do we know where to find Booster?
I think he was one of the Lavic woodcutters who you saved, right?
So I guess we'd go.
Yeah, let me look for
Find
Gooster.
him
I might
there.
have some more notes on him.
And
Gustar?
that's how I have it in the thing, but that doesn't necessarily mean I spelled it right.
Let me look through my notes
I
more
have.
thoroughly.
I don't have the exact date either. It was summer 1158, so which it's still summer 1158. So I guess it wasn't that long ago. It's before I started recording things correctly, and so I've gone back and tried to find dates and fill them in, but there's a few that still aren't precise. Like stuff I could find in the journal I filled in.
Yeah, I think this was just one of the woodcutters. But I'm not seeing him as one of the main characters of the town. So I'm guessing he's not all that,
Yeah, I'm sure
popular
like
around here.
yeah, I'm not even expecting much of a reward from him. Like we're probably far richer than he is.
Yeah, probably. So you head over to the Lavic estate, where you believe there might be more info on where he is. Or do you want to do something else? How do you want to find him? I should ask you.
AK, it was your idea to come to Zurich. What do you think?
Oh, I was just basing it on you saying that someone had a reward for us. Figured it was worth a day trip to do whatever. But I mean, I think last time we were here, we looked around in the marketplace and they had some interesting things. Might be worth checking that out while we're here.
Okay.
All right, so
Yeah.
you're just kind of looking around the marketplace.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm actually really trying to remember when we were here before. I do feel like I attempted to steal something or was
Planning a heist or something.
the only thing I have in my notes as far as planning a heist was in the Frost Giant camp.
Yeah, there was some stuff you were gonna steal there. I don't think you set much up in this place.
Okay.
I feel like we weren't here very long, and who... I'm trying to remember who we had with us at the time. Was Titus with us yet?
Titus was with us.
Here. Okay. And Sim. I think Sim might have still been with us.
Oh, okay.
That's still only... I don't know. I was just trying to remember who, like, made the contact with Chevro in this group.
Unfortunately, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean he's sort of a contact to the whole group, but he doesn't owe you a favor or anything, so he's more just like a friend. He wouldn't
Right.
necessarily do things. for
Yeah,
you.
I think I was, when you first mentioned him, I was thinking of another group where he was real buddy-buddy with, like, an artificer in that group. But I think this group was more of a casual acquaintance. Like, we didn't spend much time with them.
All right. Well, what is Anna Kate doing in the market, and is anyone else going, or just her?
We'll go.
All right. So we'll say the group is going now. And what are you doing here?
I would look to see if they had any magic items and I guess
So now none
potions.
of well, they might have some healing potions, but no one's going to sell magic items out in the open. Generally speaking, you'd have to check for a private seller who's looking to get rid of it.
Would that be a downtime project, or would we do that?
Yeah,
today?
so that would be more like you would you take some time and search through the black markets and see what's for sale. Or you can use contacts. Contacts are also a way of doing it more quickly. If you have contacts in a place, they're kind of like all-purpose. They can do a bunch of
But
different
either way,
things.
we'd have to spend a week.
Yeah, you need some downtime resources to look into magical items.
Maybe Tribe should just visit Chevreau, and Chevreau's family are magic users. Yes, do I remember that correctly?
The Javiers, they are. So they're kind of. Here, let me.
Because I was thinking we could ask if they have access to tuning forks.
That is
But I
true.
guess I need to remember the details of them. Yeah, like if that's something they would be likely to even know about or have.
Yeah, let me just refresh myself on the Javiers. The Javiers are. They head mining operations and they are gem cutters. Chevreau is kind of a. What's it called? He's not an outcast, but he's an artificer. He's kind of not necessarily a black sheep, but definitely different from most of the rest of his family.
Okay.
Because there's very little magic interest within the family other than the magic users they hire.
I don't know that I have any specifics that I want to do here, guys.
Yeah, I really, it was just kind of more of a whim
Yeah.
to go see what this
Must be nice.
reward
Sort of
is.
whim and travel across the country.
Well, the
I
exact
want to
words
go
were
to
Oh.
New York today and
token
get a
of
bagel.
appreciation.
I mean, it's being a billionaire and having a private plane.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
exactly. Except you don't
Why?
even need the plane. You just kind of step
Gonna
through
go.
a tree and you're somewhere else.
Yeah.
Far superior to
Yeah.
a plane, in my opinion.
Yep. But yeah, I mean, you could speak with Chevreau. You could try to find this guy who said to come meet him later. It's up to you.
I
Or
guess.
you could just.
Yeah, let's go visit Chevreau. Honestly, I don't know that I really want to role play a bunch because I just don't really have a really good memory of this place. But
Right.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, neither do I. We were not here very long at all.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
But
you're
we could
kind of
check
passing
in,
through.
see if
It was
the
like a day. Yeah.
yeah, see if there's been any more activity from the Giants or if it has ended like we expect it has.
Yeah.
All right.
Who was that
So
popped in and popped out?
that was Thorothy. So you go to the
Oh.
Javier estate.
Do we want to take a quick break? I'm sorry, just
Till he gets back.
because I'm gonna run to the restroom. So
Oh
we
yeah,
may as
sure.
well-
No, we can do 10 minutes. That's fine.
All right, cool.
All right.
Thanks.
All right.
Hey,
Still waiting on Dorothy.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, well, we can keep going. So yeah, what you said you wanted to go to the Javier estate?
Yeah,
Yep.
let's go check in with Chevro and just kind of say we're passing through. Thought we'd see if there was any news or if the giant threats settled down.
Okay. So the Javier would admit you. You are still known by the two noble houses for your help with dealing with the giants. And Chevreau would greet you, come meet you at the door. He says, "It is good to see you all doing well. Welcome back to my household."
Cute.
Says, "I have heard of your exploits with the giants, and our city is much better off for your efforts. So please tell me, how can I help you? We do owe you."
Tribe just passing through, but Tribe thought good to check in with Chevro. You say the Zorik is better now for giant danger has stopped?
Yes, this is very much the case. We have not been in contact with any of the giants recently. No more attacks, and our woodcutters continue to work. Well, the Lavic woodcutters, but they are important for the whole town to bring in wood to keep warm, especially on the colder days. But yes, things have been going smoothly since your work. You've had no more troubles. Were you ever able to find out what was happening? Why was these giants attacking us?
Yes. Beryl. Well, yeah. I'm sorry. Did we figure it out in this game?
Was it related to the fog thing?
Yeah, so if you remember, the corrupt giants with the two heads
Yes.
had been kind of causing some mayhem in the area.
Right.
Yeah, I was just trying to remember if this group discovered what was behind all of that, though, behind those giants with the two
That's
heads.
when Sim disappeared.
Yeah, so you helped not wipe them out because you weren't involved in the actual attack on their main base, but you helped the uncorrupt giants regain a foothold and maybe strike back, but you weren't there to see what the outcome of that was.
Gotcha. And we cleared that field, right?
Yes, the one with the chaos giant or shadow giant.
Yeah, with the and like the frozen everlasting ones. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, Beryl.
Do you want to just give him a recap of what happened?
Yeah, I think just the basics. We definitely would include that Shiva and her tribe are allied, and so there are good frost giants in the mountains that will not harm humans, and that should be known among the town.
Right. They shouldn't assume that all of the frost giants are the same.
All right. So you give him a recap of all the things you encountered in the giant lands. This is fascinating. I should definitely let the families know of this. Have you spoken to my mother or any of the other members of my household about this, or am I the first?
No, we just arrived. You're the first one who's spoken to.
All right. I shall be sure to let them know then. Thank you for telling me. It would be unfortunate if war was accidentally provoked because we attacked giants who may be coming under a banner of peace. So I will let them know to, while being cautious, at least not to assume all of the frost giants are out to kill us.
Very good.
He He says, "This Shiva you spoke of, does she plan to be in, or her people plan to be in our area again?"
Beryl doesn't think so. Frost Giants, this tribe, Shiva tribe, just want to stay isolated from other peoples and live in peace in their mountains. But
Well, it might be good if the families could maybe speak to her or one of her people just to reinforce the idea that there is no wish for violence. If you ever get the chance to speak to her again, perhaps you could present her this request and see what she thinks.
okay,
I would appreciate that.
should I put that in like?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna add that
threads
to
or
your
something? Yeah.
quests.
Okay. Yes, and Boulder Bottom knows the way and has met Shiva and people, so this is another link between the two groups.
Alright, I added it as a quest for giant diplomacy. Oh, I think we got Thorothi back, huh?
Yes, I'm back.
We were just discussing politics with one of the houses in the city of Dezoric.
You just see Dorothy going, be looking around this new place going, interesting joint.
Yeah, it reminds you of the mountainous areas as it's quite cold and there is snow. So,
You just see Dorothy fiddling around with the snow, making little snow creatures.
yeah. Alright, well, anything else you wish to discuss with Chevreau? Alright.
I don't think so, but I could tell him of Alira and of the guild hall in Tyvanis, and that he could send messages there should he need us again in the future, something like that.
Says, "Oh, you have started a guild hall. Is the tribe a more well-known mercenary group throughout the Empire now?"
So it seems.
Says, "Well, there are a couple of bases in this city. If you ever wish to expand here, there's plenty to be done, and we
okay.
could use more people with your sorts of talents."
Beryl will make sure that Alira, a tribe HR manager, knows this and considers Dezoric for a next post.
He would nod and take a drag of his cigarette and say, "Well, just keep us in mind. Good luck to you."
Pretty good.
All right. So it's a. Go ahead.
No, that's fine.
It's about 10:30 when you finish up with him. Still somewhat early. What does the group want to do?
Well, tribe could stay at same inn that tribe stayed at before, have good food, pass the night, go back to Tyvanis in the morning, gives other tribe friend chance to perhaps find us. Or tribe could go talk to Shiva and pass on Chevreau's message of diplomacy. Beryl could do one more transport today if needed, but Beryl has to use big magic for it.
Let's stay in the inn tonight and then visit Shiva tomorrow.
Okay.
And we didn't talk to Gustar.
You've not
we don't know
found
where
him
to
yet,
find.
no.
I haven't found him.
Since we stayed
This
in
is
the
a
same
big
inn last
city.
time we were here, he might hear that we're in the city and come find us. Or wasn't it like kind of the town common room tavern anyway? The inn?
Oh.
Well, you believe he was one of the Lavic workers. He's probably somewhere in the southern areas of the city, but there are a lot of houses down there, so I mean, there's a couple of different places he could be.
Fine. Do we want to look for him or let him find us?
We could certainly ask around. I mean, if we just wait for him to find us, that might not happen for a while.
You know, I just remembered Vlad was definitely with us when we were here because he was like, wasn't he big on the hot springs at the Mana Springs Hotel?
He may have
Wasn't
been.
that Vlad?
Oh, yeah.
There's a bathhouse here. He may have been into that.
Okay.
I seem to remember a couple of you having like a little bathhouse roleplay thing.
Yeah, I think we did.
Alright, so how do you want to try to find this guy?
I'm comfortable with just the idea of going to the tavern and then asking, telling
All
people we're looking for Gustar. We
maybe the
he
snowy owl.
told us to look him up next time we were in town.
He said he'd find us.
All right. So you go down to the snowy owl to speak to some of the patrons here.
Oh, okay.
Give me, I'll just say, give me some either persuasion or investigation, maybe.
Two things that I am not good at.
Ditto.
I'll do the persuasion.
But Dorothy's with us, yeah!
That's a good thing.
All right. So you are asking around, and indeed, one of the people here would know of Gustav. He would ask. I assume you're just going to tell him why you're looking for him.
Yeah, said this is Tribe first time back in Dazoric since Tribe met Gustav, and Gustav said to look for him.
So he will say he generally shows up in the evenings if you just want to hang out here.
Is this an inn? Or just
Yeah, the
tavern?
Snowy Owl is an inn/tavern.
Okay. Shall we
It's
take
in
rooms for
the-
the night here?
Yeah, it's one of the
Yes,
less fancy inns.
Okay, like the workers' inn.
Yeah,
The
sort of
blue
like
collar-
the
blue collar tavern.
part of town. The Hearthstone is like a medium inn, and the Mana Springs is the really nice inn.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, we did lunch at the Hearthstone when we were doing our initial meeting with Boulder Bottom, but we stayed at the Mana Springs, so I'm fine with doing the Owl.
Well, the good news is I'm Anna at the moment, so austere accommodations are not that bad for me. I am fine with that.
Beryl's definitely got her thermal cube out since we got here.
Yeah, she's holding that thing in with white knuckles. She's like, "Oh my god, it's so cold." As soon as she got
So, yeah, I
here,
guess
she
we
went,
would
"Oh
just
gosh!" and
I
quickly
guess we
pulled
could
it
just
out.
kind of carouse here at the tavern and pass time, unless Therodi wants to check out anything here in Dazoric.
No, Dorothy's going to spend more time perusing the bottom of the local ale than anything else.
Dorothy is enjoying some of the spice water.
Yes.
Alright, so there's just kind of some drinking and general hanging out going on. A little later in the evening, you would indeed spot... so hang on, let me pass the time. So I'll say around... around 4:30, you would indeed spot a familiar face as your old friend Guster enters the bar. He would definitely notice you and come over and say, "Friends, it's been such a long time. How have you been? I didn't expect to see you here again."
Beryl's had a couple tankards of the spicy water, so she's gonna be like, "Beryl's great," and hold up her tankard.
He goes to give each of you well, I guess two of you. He wouldn't recognize Therothy, but he'd give the other two a firm handshake. He says,
New tribe friend Therodi, and Beryl would introduce him.
well met, Therothy. I've never seen an elf quite like you. Says, I'm assuming you're not from the northern forests.
Throat, we kind of just give a grin and go, no, I'm from slightly further away. A pleasure to meet you.
Says, you as well. Any friend of the tribe is a friend of mine. He says, I was worried I would not see you all again without giving you what I had promised. He says, let me buy you some drinks and then I can go and fetch your reward.
Good.
And he would
And-
say, or go ahead.
And Akay would say, "Oh, we hadn't even thought about the reward. That's so kind of you to offer."
Says, oh, well, I certainly haven't forgotten about it. I felt bad that I couldn't give it to you. It does, honestly, it doesn't do me much good, and, well, I think for a group of heroes like yourselves, it could come in real handy. He would say, bartender, these heroes don't pay for their drinks tonight. Just put it on my tab. He says, if you wish, Gooster. So
Very generous.
It is very generous.
not at all. I'm just really happy to finally be in touch with you again. So wait, is this under the quests or the NPCs?
I think it was
It's
under
the
NPC.
NPCs. All right.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna delete this now.
that's fine. Yep.
All right. So yeah, he kind of talks to you a bit. You, I assume, talk of your adventures and give him some recap of the things that have happened to you.
I think so.
He and several others would be fascinated listening to some of your stories. I guess if you want, you can do a performance check. Otherwise, I'll just say you tell the stories. But a little bit later,
Hey.
Beryl's very animated as she recounts some of the fights and makes all the noises. Probably extremely animated when it comes to the dinosaurs. Maybe your swan, who you're helping.
Oh no, I don't think I'm telling anyone about the swan. I'm keeping her secret until she gets home.
Oh, okay.
Or him, whatever.
Yeah. So Gustar would kind of drink till it gets a little bit later. We'll say around 7 or so. He says, well, I'm sure you all have places to be, and I don't want to keep you, so let me go get your reward and pay that tab I promised. So the older human will head out. He says, if you wish to come with me, it might be quicker, or I could bring it back here. Whatever works for you.
It'd be good for Tribe to take fresh air.
Alright, so you go
Sure.
with
You
him.
just see Throat stumble out the door.
He's
Where did that door come from?
yeah, just knocks into it.
Watch the
Wasn't that
threshold.
open?
Oops.
So at his house, he would very small house. It's like one room with his bed and all his kind of stuff, his axe, and basically, yeah. Obviously, the guy is old and doesn't seem to have too much, but he will retrieve something from underneath the floorboard and say, "These have been in my family for a while. At my age, I don't have much use for them anymore. So please take them with my blessing."
That's very kind of you.
So he would produce what appears to be some sort of goggles. He says, these were the property of one of my uncles, who was actually a lot like you all. Someone who watched over the camps and took odd jobs. He left them to me when he died, and just never had much use for them with my line of work. Never had a son, so...
Gooster is sure that...
Go ahead.
Gooster is sure that it's okay for Tribe to take?
So,
Sounds like sentimental.
It It is, but again, it would do much more good for people like you who are out there helping make this empire a better place. If I keep them, they'll most likely be buried with me, and that won't do anyone much good. He says, I have no one else to
It's
really
very
pass these on to.
Very generous. Beryl will like hold them up to her eyes and like peer through them a little bit.
All right.
But she won't.
He says
She
they
won't like
won't.
fully put them on. But yeah.
He says they won't do anything unless you spend some time with them, and he'll give you the ritual he knows to attune to them.
Ah, very good.
Okay, so he says, well, it was good seeing you all, and stay safe, my friends.
It was very fun drinking with Gustav.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, we enjoyed it.
He
Tribe
gives
leaves
you...
in the morning, but Tribe will stay for the night in town.
Says, oh, well, maybe we'll have some breakfast then. I assume you'll
Sounds
be
good.
at the Snowy Owl?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, well, you all have a good night, and he'll give you all a firm handshake as you leave. Alright, so...
So Dorothy will study these goggles and go, very interesting.
Yeah.
You want to?
Go ahead.
Oh, I'll take them if no one else wishes to have them.
Yeah. Go ahead. Well, I mean, I guess Anna Kate. I know. we both have a lot of
That's fine. I have these goggles of night. I don't know that I would be able to wear 2 sets of goggles.
Generally, no. You couldn't strap one over the other. It'd be kind of silly. Alright, so who's taking it? Dorothy?
Yes, I'll take them. Dorothy will take
Make
them.
sure those get added on your inventory.
Okay. So, evening would pass. Go ahead and pay your camp.
Is that just normal upkeep?
Yeah, well, so he paid for your drinks. So I'll say maybe just a gold piece for each of you. Unless you want to be spending more.
Oh, well, am I doing the normal camp upkeep as well? Or is
Yeah,
this
so
in addition to that?
the camp upkeep and just your normal upkeep for the 3 of you.
Okay.
Yeah. So it'd just be whatever camp is plus 3 gold for the upkeep. Alright, so the evening would pass. You all enjoy a relaxing night at the inn. The beds aren't as nice as where you come from, but it is what it is. So it is now the 77th of summer at 8 a.m. What do you want to do?
I guess we will go visit Shiva. Is that the plan, everyone?
Yes, that sounds like a good plan.
Okay.
As I look at my notes about the sapphires.
Oh, wait, and who woke up with us, I wonder?
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. Hang on, let's see. Yes, I am looking over my notes from the sapphire heist.
Oh no,
I
we're
was
gonna make
planning.
an enemy of Shiva. Okay, Beryl doesn't know this, so yeah. Once we have breakfast,
Well,
we go-
planning. I've only spent 1 work day toward planning this heist, so I don't
okay.
think it's going to happen.
But
this
you might
time.
get another work day in, and who knows, we might go back.
Yeah, exactly.
All
This is
right.
a long-term plan.
Thorody, all set, ready, or have any other errands or curiosities here?
Dorothy would just shake his head and go, no. Interesting to see the town, but I'm ready to go whenever the rest of the party are.
Okay. So then Beryl will walk to the nearest tree or large plant and shift us to a tree near Shiva's camp. Yeah.
All right, so you invoke your magics and are once again in the mountainous area with a bunch of snow-covered evergreens. And in the distance, you see smoke rising from the giant's camp.
You just see Dorothy pulling his jacket, his cloak around him tighter, going, God, I hate the cold weather.
And
Uh,
Beryl is carrying this like interesting looking cube. Ever since we got to Dazoric, she's been like holding it constantly. And you would have noticed by now that if you stay within 15 feet of her, it's 95 degrees.
It's like a little
I'm sorry,
terrarium.
that's Fahrenheit. So yeah, 35 Celsius, yeah.
Snow is quickly melting around her wherever she walks. Maybe
Just
she
sees her like
just,
kind of
maybe she just strapped the
Shuffle
cube
up
to
the
her back
barrel.
at this point.
Okay, so when you say we see smoke, do you mean like cook fires or like something's wrong smoke?
I mean, you assume it's normal smoke. It's not an ungodly amount or anything. So I assume you are approaching.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's some yells as your group gets closer to the camp. The giants call out. Does anyone speak giant?
I don't think we have anybody in the party anymore. This
Oh, well, Beryl understands because of her helm, but she doesn't speak it.
So the giants would be calling out, "Small ones approach, be ready." And he would yell out to you in giant, "Identify yourselves. This is not your land."
Beryl would yell back in the biggest voice she can muster in common, "This is tribe!"
You don't know if they
Friend of Shiva's.
understood you.
Shiva friend.
So a group of warriors come out to meet you. There are 6 of them. But as they get closer, you would see a familiar face. He says, "Oh, friends.
Myron.
It's been a long time. Welcome back.
Hello.
I actually wasn't expecting to see you back so quickly."
Well, Tribe had to leave Roa calls for some errands, and Tribe can move much quicker now with new magics, so Tribe has been visiting a few places to wrap things up and pass on messages and collect items, so that Tribe would come here too.
He says, "Well, I mean, you've done quite a bit for us since, the last time you were here. What did you still need to wrap up?"
Well, Tribe visited Dazoric yesterday.
I'm sorry, where are my manners? Come inside. There's no point in standing out in the snow with all these other giants having no idea what we're saying. And he would start talking to them in giant.
Okay.
As you just see Toroki standing there shivering, going, yes, inside sounds great.
Well, you're in the warm cube area, you said, so it's actually fairly warm where you are. All the snow melting around Beryl constantly. But yeah, he would allow you back into the encampment. Several of the giants would recognize you, speaking to you in giant, but Tyron would talk to them, you assume explaining that your group does not have someone who speaks. And yeah, he'll say, "So, of course, you're welcome to stay. We are always happy to have our friends, the tribe, here. And Shiva, I assume, will want to speak to you later. She's actually away right now."
Oh, okay. Well, Tribe wanted to speak to Tyron and Shiva about people of Dazoric. So I guess I would just kind of explain,
All right.
that we only just got back to Dazoric for the first time yesterday, and so, we did inform them that, to be aware that there are frost giants, peaceful frost giants up here, but that you do have your territories and wish to, be respected. And they proposed possibly forming further peace talks and possible alliances. Whatever summary like that,
He nods. Give me a persuasion.
And Beryl will look over to Thorothi as if like asking him to chime in and fill in where Beryl's words aren't adequate.
Toroki would go, yes. So we believe that they've given small indication that they will be quite happy to make peace with everyone here.
All right, you can make a persuasion as well.
Beryl will nod approvingly through these words.
He says, "Well, I'm not sure. Our people don't travel down out of the mountains much. I think it might be best if we just kept our distance as we were doing before." He says, "With the destruction of the corrupt ones, I don't see it being a problem." He says, "I occasionally have gone down into those areas, but I stay far away from the human settlements. So I think it best if we just avoid each other, as we have been doing for quite a while."
Would you also prefer that no humans come here to treat with Shiva?
Did
Or
you say
would
to
be open
what?
to treat with, or to meet and talk with?
He says, "I mean, if there's a reason for them to come up here, but our peoples have always done better far from one another." He says, the humans are small and can easily get underfoot if we're not careful. It's best that they have their lands and we have ours. At least that's what I think."
I'll look to Boulder Bottom.
He
Since
shrugs. Oh, is Boulder Bottom with you?
Oh, sorry. I guess we should have said that. I was kind of assuming he was because he said he was eager to see Dazork.
That's
It had
true.
been
All
too
right, we'll
long.
say, yeah, sure, we'll say he's with you. He says, there is some wisdom in what Tyrant says. Our peoples, I know the dwarves and the giants are always better off when they avoid each other. Probably best if the two don't get in each other's ways. Are you saying something, Anna Kate?
No, I was about to say, yeah, Boulder Bottom definitely came with us to Dazork, but he may have stayed there.
That's true.
Because
Would he have come?
Oh, well, we'll say he's with you. It's fine.
Okay.
We'll say he stayed with the
Well,
group.
if there is ever great need of contact between the peoples in the future, perhaps Tribe or Boulder Bottom or both can be the liaisons then.
He nods. He says, "I don't think there'll be a reason for our peoples to talk to each other. I mean, the humans have their areas, we have ours, and there'll be less accidents if we don't encroach on one another's territory." He says, "Oh, but I should tell you also, there was we had our big battle with the corrupt ones, and we managed to wipe out their camp and their leader. Says they were quite weakened from the efforts of your group, so I want to thank you for that as well. It may have gone much differently if not for your intervention."
Glad
we can help.
What were you saying, Dorothy?
I was saying, it is the least we can do for you.
He says, "Oh, I don't know about that. You helped us quite a bit, and all we did was point you in the correct direction for the Roa calls. Which I'm curious, how did that go? I was worried you would not come back out, but apparently you have."
We did. We sorry, we go. We did via a trip to the astral plane, but that's a whole different conundrum.
Says, you say words that make no sense to me. I'm not sure what this astral plane is, but I'm sure you have quite the tale to tell of your time in the underground fire giant lair. Perhaps we could sit down and enjoy some brew and cider while talking about it. Shiva should be back soon.
Sorry to go. That would sound very good. I would look forward to it.
Yes, let's.
So he'll... Yeah, I guess they don't really have any small mugs, so he'll just kind of set you all up with a big thing of cider in a mug that is sort of tipped over a little so you can just drink out of it.
Dorothy would be going in for at least two of these very large things aside to go. This is some good stuff.
Yeah, there's some laughs as you drink the cider from this way too large of a container. Beryl is, I guess, recounting your time in the Roa Calls.
Sure.
And time is passing. Hmm. So while time is passing, let's see, it's about 11 a.m. And as I said, you're kind of sitting around having some drinks. Is anyone drinking to? Are you drinking more to like relax or like to get tipsy / drunk?
I'm drinking to relax.
Okay.
Beryl's
So
got a hangover,
moderation.
so she drinks sparingly.
This is tricky because Anna Kate would want to stay somewhat sharp to work on her heist preparation, but at the same time, hard for her to resist getting drunk.
You'd see Dorothy would be in a similar boat to Beryl with a headache, but his way to fix the headache is to drink more again to cancel out said headache.
Yeah, it makes sense. So as you are drinking, one of the giants comes over towards Tyron and starts talking to him. A bit of a seems a bit worried about something. Now, Beryl, you said you could understand him?
Yeah, she's got the helm of comprehending languages.
So he would say, Tyron, we have a problem. This is the Ramaras, the pregnant ones. She's gone a bit mad, I believe. She's run away, and I'm having trouble. Well, I think it might be dangerous for me to go alone to try to subdue her. He says, this happens every now and then. So he would kind of translate in common. He says, apologies, friends, duty calls. I'll take some hunters and go deal with this, but you stay here, wait for Shiva.
This is... Oh, okay.
He says, well, unless you wish to try to help us, but I feel like you would be in danger. It's probably best if we just deal with this.
Remind me, Lou, did we...
Excuse me,
do anything
danger?
with the Ramirez when we were here before?
I don't know if you... I think you fought a couple that were working for the corrupt frost giants.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if
we
you
didn't
did
take,
the
like,
mission.
the quest to do
No.
more stuff, right? Okay.
No, you didn't go get the eggs for them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was one of the missions, but I think you skipped that one.
Okay.
He says, well, it wouldn't hurt to have more of you, just in case. You know,
What is this a Ramirez that was captive that has gotten out, or what is story?
He says, yes, the Remoras can sometimes be finicky when it's mating season. We're going to do our best.
So this is one of the trained ones.
Yes, but that
Okay.
doesn't mean it won't attack you. In fact, it will more likely attack you than us, as you are smaller and it would consider you food. He says, if you feel confident and you think you can subdue it without killing it, I would very much appreciate the help, but I don't wish you to put yourselves in danger.
What does Beryl know of Ramirez?
Like I said, I think you did fight a few. You know that they are really, really big, almost lizard-like creatures. I guess give me a nature check. So you know they're immune to both cold and fire. You know they have tremor sense of 60 feet. You know that they can swallow whole things your size, like medium or smaller, if you're not careful. So they're
And
very
they are
dangerous.
not beasts, right?
No, they're monstrosities.
Okay.
So they're like super beasts.
So would Barrel's animal handling have any possible use here?
It would be very difficult, but it might help a little.
Okay.
Subduing it might just come down to like beating it into submission, though.
Oh. Okay, yeah. I will look to Anna Kate and Thoreau to see what they think.
I'm happy to help, but only if the group agrees.
Can you
Um,
repeat that?
He says he's happy to help if the group agrees.
I see.
He says, well, as I said, I was just going to take a bunch of our soldiers and head out. You're
Kate?
welcome to stay here or help us.
Oh,
Now,
man,
Anna Kate, give me
Yes.
an intelligence check.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Oh,
Okay.
hey, there you go.
So, this might make your heist much easier if all the guards are gone.
It's exactly what I was thinking.
All right.
I was like,
Glad
there
we're on the same
a
page.
bunch of people are leaving the village. I think I may have had a little too much to drink to be facing Remoras right now. You're welcome to go. Don't let me stop you.
He says, well, I think if one of you stays, maybe the three of you should. If we end up, splitting up looking for these things, yeah, I don't know if the two of you would want to be caught off. Or if you want, you can just stay with us, maybe. What do you say, Thoreau Barrel? You wish to join us or stay with your friend here?
Yeah, Barrel thinks Anna Kate is wise, so Barrel will stay and drink with Thoreau and
Anna
keep telling
Kate,
stories.
give me a deception check. Also,
Oh, I pre-rolled it.
18. All right. Thoreau is the 11. I only see. So for your numbers, usually it's passive perception, passive insight, and passive investigation. Is the 11 insight or investigation for you, Thoreau? Because I only see two numbers.
My passive perception is 16.
Yeah. And what's the 11?
Okay. There's the other ones. Try them.
So I don't know if you have a moment, if you want to add those in that order, just so I know what the other two are. But I'm assuming Barrel the 14 is your insight, right?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, you wouldn't think much of Anna Kate's suggestion. And the two of you going?
Yes, the two.
All right.
Oh, okay. Well, no, like Barrel would not detect the deception. She would just take Anna Kate's words as wise, like that we've drank too much and we should stay.
Oh, all of you? All right.
I'm sorry. I guess I didn't realize. Was Anna Kate trying to get Thoreau and Barrel to go?
Not necessarily.
She just said she'll stay behind, but if you two want to go, you should go. I think is what she said, right?
All right.
Yeah.
So I
And
think
the deception was that I've had too much to drink.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, no, Barrel definitely would not be keeping an eye on Anna Kate. I'm sure it'll be very easy for Anna Kate to slip away, but I think Barrel keeps
Well, it's
drinking
also,
and telling stories.
Not that you wouldn't believe Anna Kate, but you might sense, like, from what she said, that there's something more going on here, that type of thing.
Oh.
But
I
yeah,
didn't.
but you
sense
did
that,
not. So.
right? With my, yeah, okay. Yeah, so
it
that's...
seems to you see Toroshi attempt to stand up, and he just kind of stumble up and go, I don't think I'm in any good form to hunt anything.
If
my
you
word.
want to do actual checks for whether you're drunk or not, that would be a con save, DC 10, to see if you're poisoned. Unless you drank an excessive amount, then it would be DC 15.
Oh,
Okay,
well, I guess
well,
I am.
Anna
perhaps a little
Kate
too
maybe
drunk.
is a little tipsy, so you would be considered poisoned. Oh, apparently Thorothy can hold his liquor. Plus 10? Yeah, Thorothy's like, he's like, whatever. He's just pounding him back.
Nice.
Alright. So maybe
Yeah,
Thorothy
I'm just,
isn't as drunk as he thought.
you just stand up and go, actually, and you just go, I thought I felt a bit weird, but I seem to be alright.
Yeah, actually Anna Kate is the one who's kind of stumbling a little. Alright, so are you guys, are Thorothy and Beryl going to help, or are they staying here? What's the call?
Tracy's going to go and help. He's going to grab his staff and go, stay safe, Anna Kate. Don't drink
Okay.
too much. I wish some more.
If he's going, then Beryl will go with him.
Alright, so now the interesting thing is, will Anna Kate attempt a heist while drunk?
Right?
So I've only put 1 day toward this heist, and I think you told me that I needed to.
Well, I'll say
Spend.
with the lessened security, we could do an early attempt right now.
Well, I think a drunk attempt at stealing sapphires from frost giants could not possibly go wrong. So let's go.
Alright, so
Oh, my
while
word.
they are away,
You want me to make a wisdom save to see if I
that is completely up to you what saves you want to make to see if this is a good idea or not, or whatever choice you do. But I'll
I
get
have
up the rules
disadvantage
for
'cause of
heist
the
just in
thinking,
case.
right? Yeah, I got a
Crime.
9 on my wisdom check, so I think it sounds like a great idea.
Alright, so there's a couple of things involved, but it will be easier. Thanks to the lack of guards. There are still a couple of giants, and there is, of course, the quartermaster, who you'll have to avoid. But the DC will only be 15 instead of 20. Let's see. So you have to make 3 checks. Dex stealth. You definitely have to do Dex stealth. That's required. Then your choice of intelligence investigation, wisdom perception, or charisma deception.
Okay.
Remember, the DC is 15 unless you have a way of dealing with the poison.
Now you said 3 checks, so is one of them like
So
sleight
one
of
of them
hand or
has to
thieves'
be stealth. Yeah, I guess. I guess I'll say you can replace one of those other 3 with sleight of hand.
Okay.
If you
Not that I'm
want.
better at sleight of hand. Could it be thieves' tools, or does it have to be just sleight of hand?
Well, the dex. Oh well, so sorry. You make a dex stealth, dex thieves tools, and then you choose.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right.
And then you choose either. I guess no. The last one has to be investigation, perception, or deception. But I'll
That's
say
fair.
you can replace stealth or thieves tools with a sleight of hand if you want.
Okay. Yep. Well, let's do this. So I'm going to try to sneak into the, I think it was like a hut or something.
Yeah, the kind of the treasure area.
So this is with disadvantage.
Okay, so that is a success. Now I need a Dex Thieves Tools or Sleight of Hand, your choice.
All right. And this is where I will use. No, I will not. I'll go for it on this one. I'm feeling lucky.
Use what?
I was gonna say I'll use an inspiration, but I will not because I'm feeling
So
lucky.
the downtime stuff, you can't use inspiration or rerolls.
Oh, that hurts. Okay,
Yeah,
here we go.
You have to do
Look at
straight
that.
rolls. All right, that's a success. So, yeah, you are doing good. Now you just need your last check of intelligence, investigation, wisdom, perception, or charisma, deception.
I'm gonna have to use charisma deception.
Okay.
So I am apparently making noises, like trying to get people
I
to
was
go.
more thinking maybe you were able to deceive the quartermaster into not being present, something like that.
Yeah, that's that. Like throw a rock to get them to go
Maybe, yeah,
look, see
like
what it
maybe
was.
communicating with them. Perhaps they spoke common. But yeah, go ahead.
Oh,
Oh, no. Well, you got 2 successes, so you didn't get caught. Just might not have gotten as much as you wanted. So yeah, you definitely weren't able to do like a full robbing of the place.
yeah. So it was a rush job because I couldn't get the quartermaster to go too far away. So
Yeah. I need a complications check, however, which would
uh-oh.
be... Let's see. D100.
Okay.
There's a certain percentage chance. All right. So it doesn't seem like there were any complications, luckily. You managed to get some sapphires, and no one was the wiser. Let me make a quick roll. Okay. So you were able to steal 5 sapphires worth 50 gold pieces each.
All right.
So meanwhile, I'm not going to do a battle with you two, just because, it would take a while, and I'm assuming you're just helping the giants, like maybe... do you have any spells, Beryl or Thorothi, that could help them? Like in subduing one of these things? Beryl? Well, Thorothi's phone died. What about Beryl? Are you muted?
Yeah, she would definitely have. Well, I don't know. I mean, she wouldn't have known she was doing this, so she wouldn't have prepared anything beyond what she usually has.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, are any of the spells you have prepared going to be useful in subduing a Remoraz? Or would you just kind of try to subdue it through fighting?
I mean, if we're beating it into submission, then yeah, she could do.
Well, beyond being in submission, are there any like disabling spells that would help them out here that you have?
I have polymorph, and I have watery sphere. No, wait, do I have that one? Yeah, watery sphere.
All right, so let me try the polymorph first. So you're going to spend polymorph trying to, I guess, make it like a smaller creature so they could subdue it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that is a con save. These things, unfortunately, do have very good con. What's the DC?
Yeah, that makes sense. 17.
Oh, but it would fail. Oh, that should have been hidden. Well, whatever. So yeah, you are actually able to... there's a couple of them. It seems like the female found some friends. So it's not as easy of a fight as you thought it would be. But you are able to help subdue one of them quickly, while some of the giants capture it, while the others kind of, keep the other Remoraz in check, trying to protect you as well as each other. Any other spells that would come in handy in this fight that you'd want to try?
I might try. Well, let me see here. There might be a size limit. Nope, it's 5 foot radius. How big are the Remoras?
Oh no, they're 20 feet.
Okay, all right, then no. I think
Thorothi's just bombing them with damage.
I have Wall of Stone prepared. I don't know if this would be of any use.
I think you could do a dome, but these might be too big for that.
Okay. Yeah, and plus it's concentration, so if I'm concentrating on the polymorph, then yeah. Yeah, I don't think that I have anything else particularly useful here that's prepared.
Alright, so Thorothi, you said you're doing... you're spending a Psychic Lance to try to incapacitate. What's the save on that? I can roll that. 18. Roll should be hidden, so let me change that real quick. So that is a int save? Okay, that should be not too hard. Oh yeah, it would definitely fail. So yeah, that stun slows it down and helps in the capture of another one. Any other spells you guys want to use to help make it safer? Or just kind of let the giants handle it from here? Any spell you spend is going to help them with the fight. So it's kind of up to you.
Would I be able to do additional polymorphs, or would I have to keep concentrating on the one?
Yeah, so after they subdue the, like, small animal, basically, like, chaining it up, like, you would probably release it, and then they could use some more help, because there are a couple of Remoras there. Because now they're trying to capture some of these extra ones.
In that case, I'll try to polymorph another one.
Okay, so another save. So let's see, you have one so far. The second one is stunned, and that helps them a bit. So you polymorph another one, save. Oh, that one's going to make it. So unfortunately, that spell did not help. Any other spells? And again, you can just say you're done at any time when you want to stop.
I think let's see if the giants can handle the rest. We helped a little, and they weren't expecting us to be here anyway.
Yeah. So the battle goes on. They're fighting. They weren't expecting to meet several other.
He can polymorph as well.
Oh, can you? Do you want to try that?
And he's got a better DC than me.
Okay. So another polymorph. Let's see. Con save. Oh yeah, that one would fail. So that is a second one that you are able to capture out of the 4. Any other assistance? Alright, so I'll assume that you're letting them finish this off. There's only 2 left instead of the original 4.
He's typing.
Oh, yeah, you got something else?
Yeah,
okay.
We're good. We helped with half of them.
Oh. So you do manage to capture a third one. One of them retreats, and one of the giants is actually badly wounded in the fight.
Oh, I would help him immediately.
How would you help him?
Healer feat to start, but I can do more if needed.
Alright, give me a medicine check to try to help this guy out. 12. Alright. So he currently is unable to walk, but at least you think you've stabilized him enough that they should be able to drag him back without him dying. He got a pretty grievous wound from one of the bites.
I would use magic as well if needed.
Alright, how many spells do you want to use on him to help magically?
Like, do I think he's, like, poisoned or something? Or
no, he just took a lot of damage, basically. He got bit up by it. And it
Let's do, like, a level 3 cure wounds or something.
Alright. So you spend a level 3 spell, and you spent a healer's kit on him as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what his max hit die are.
His hit die, I want to say it's like 12 or 10. I'll double check that. Let's see, giants. Frost giants. 12. Oh, so you do a good amount of healing. He has some exhaustion from that bite, but you at least make it so
That
he's...
eight shouldn't be there on the cure wounds. My macro keeps having like extra stuff appear in it. Like I remove it and then it keeps coming back. Like it's got the first damage type, which is the 11, and then it's got a second one that just keeps coming back. I keep removing it and it keeps reappearing.
All right. Yeah, that's kind of weird. All right, so 38. So yeah, he still has a bunch of exhaustion levels, but at least now he can kind of walk, make his way back to the camp, along with the what's it called, the female and the extra captured one. Oh, sorry, the 2 extra captured ones. So you would arrive back. Well, I guess before you get back, because that would have been like 6 or so hours of hunting. Anna Kate,
Yes.
what do you do after the heist?
I go back to drinking.
Go back to drinking.
Although I do take out the ripped cloak that I stole.
Mhm.
The noble's cloak that I stole from where was that? That might have been in Dazaric. I don't remember. Anyway, I take that and I take the large sapphire that I had, the 200 gold piece sapphire that I had, and the 50 gold piece sapphires that I had, and I kind of like look and I'm like, I wonder if I can like make this big one, like make it a brooch maybe to close the cloak, a clasp or something. I think.
So you're admiring the sapphires while you sit at the giant's campfire?
Yeah. And then and I'll be thinking about, oh yeah, the people, the family in Dazoric, they work gemstones. They do jewelry. I should talk to them about this. And then I'll stuff it in my pouch and go back to drinking.
So wait, what cloak were you repairing?
I stole a noble's cloak in one of the cities when I was Shadow Strider kind of goaded me into doing something chaotic. So I went invisible using the new power I had just gotten with Shadow Strider. Went invisible and stole a cloak off of a noble in the marketplace. So it's ripped.
I think that might have been Dazoric.
Yeah, it might have been
Dazoric.
Dazoric, which is what makes this even funnier that I'm going to go back and ask a noble there to
hopefully
make.
not the. Well, I don't think you
Not
were
the
seen.
noble I stole it
Though.
from.
Yeah.
No, I was invisible, so I was
Yeah.
not seen.
So they don't know.
Nobody
who did
knows
it.
that I did
Although
it.
if they see the cloak, they might,
Exactly.
put 2 and 2 together.
Exactly.
So to fix this cloak, do you have any skills in like tailoring or anything?
No, not at all. No.
All right.
I'm not going to be able to fix it myself. I'm just kind of looking at it and admiring the color with the sapphires. Because I think I recall that it's a blue cloak, although I didn't note that.
Yeah. So as you are there, kind of admiring the cloak, some large footsteps can be heard behind you. As
I'm
familiar.
I'm putting everything away.
Yeah, I quickly give me a stealth or a sleight of hand.
I'll
try to get rid of these really quick.
Given that choice, it will always be stealth. That's a 20.
20, all right. So a familiar, very large woman walks up behind you, and she says, Anna Kate, you're here.
Lord Master Shiva, so good to see you. My apologies that I'm a bit in my cups, as they say.
Well, it's nothing I'm not used to. My people are often in the cups, as you put it, but it's good to have you here again. Where are the rest of your people? I was told you would be drinking out here with Tyron, who I also don't see.
Some of my companions went to assist Siren with a Rimaraz issue.
Oh,
Um,
did they say what happened? What's the
it
issue?
sounds like I could be getting this muddled since the drinks hit me a little bit harder than them.
Oh, well.
But there, I think the Rimaraz, I think they said she was horny. Is that? I
one
think
of them
that's
in
what
heat.
I.
Yeah, that's probably.
Oh yeah, in heat. That's how they put it.
That would make sense. I'll check with the gate
Yes.
guard. Thank you for letting me know. We should talk
Absolutely.
later when you're not so in the glass, as you put it.
I would love that.
All right, and she walks off. So some time is passing. And I'll say, Beryl, on the
Yes.
way home, give me a wisdom save.
Oh, okay. A wisdom save.
Yeah.
Oh no.
All right. So, let's see.
Pretty crappy roll.
All right. So, question: can you detect invisibility at all?
Beryl
I
does
don't
not.
think you can.
No.
Okay. So yeah, you are walking with the hunters when suddenly there is a flash of light, and a figure appears in the snow.
Oh.
The giants immediately jump back and say, "What is the meaning of this?" As well as
Wait.
Tyron
Beryl
drawing
knows this one.
his axe. The Archmage would say in Giant, "My apologies, friends. I did not mean to startle you. I have an appointment with this one." As she says, "I am a friend of their group." Tyron says, "Small one, you have the same abilities as the tribe to quickly move about with magic, then?" He says, "Yes, I do." He looks to the two of you, and they say, Tyron would say, "He is a friend of yours, then?"
Yes, very important. Good magic person to know.
He says, "All right, well, I'll keep walking, give you all your space."
Apologies. Beryl did not know that this would be the moment that friend come. Sorry.
Yes,
it's their Tyron.
Perhaps I should have waited, but I've been completely, busy for these last few days, and I finally found an instant to be able to talk to you, so I wanted to just take advantage of it before I was swarmed again.
Beryl
You
appreciates
came...
very much.
Oh, of course, but you came seeking a tuning fork for the Feywild, I heard.
Yes, Beryl would very much like to have one of Beryl's own someday, but even if Beryl can't find one yet, Beryl understands that Pork and Phoenix Guild has access to one, and Beryl wonders if Master Cork could please help Beryl help a friend who needs to go home.
Says, "Well, actually, that's what I wanted to tell you, is we don't actually have a Feywild tuning fork anymore. It was stolen, I believe.
Oh.
And I think I know who stole it. So, if it is of interest to you, perhaps you could directly obtain this fork, get it back for us, and as a favor, of course, you could use it to get to the Feywild. Otherwise, I'm not sure where you would get a Feywild tuning fork. It's not something that's common."
Well then, yes, Beryl wants to know whatever Master Cork knows, and Beryl will talk to Tribe and see if Tribe can help.
So yeah, his cape is just blowing in the intense wind of the mountains.
She'll like get close, and so he can be engulfed by her cube.
Oh, he's already standing in it. Like, that's the first thing he did
All
when
right,
he
yeah.
appeared, was step into your warm area.
Okay.
He would say, thank the gods you have that thing, or I may have had to cast resist elements, which I did not prepare.
Ah, yes,
This was
Beryl
a-
likes this very much. Is very nice. Beryl likes being cozy.
Says I really should know better than to teleport without preparing better. But as I said, my time is limited. So, as for the tuning fork, being a kobold, do you know anything about the southern swamps?
Oh yes, Beryl's original tribe, Moss Rill, was in the swamps to the south. Beryl doesn't know exactly where, but could find again perhaps. Has been many years.
Well, we believe
And
that
Beryl is like literally like 8 years old and has only been gone for like 2 years. Go ahead.
He says, well, we believe the tuning fork may actually be within the swamp areas. One of our people was able to figure out that it was stolen by a follower of Archdruid Uthe, the Archdruid of the southern area of the continent. We are not on the best terms with the southern druids, so it does not surprise me that her people did this.
So tribe would go as if tribe is independent party, not on behalf of Phoenix Guild or Master Korik.
He says that would be the smart play. If you said you were with us, it would make it much harder for you to get it back. Then again, I don't know if they would be willing to trade it or give it to you anyway. The druids are not known for their generosity, especially towards outsiders. But I know you are a druid yourself, so perhaps this would give you an edge. You and your friends.
Well, Beryl does not wish to make enemies of new druids, but Beryl has not met many druids and does not know if they would be friendly or not. But Beryl is willing to investigate if the rest of tribe agrees.
Uthe is no friend to the Empire. She does not agree with many of the practices of their invasions of the forest land, especially our exploration of some of the older ruins. It is how we got on her bad side in the first place. But again, you all are not with us, and perhaps you could convince her and her people that the fork is something that they could part with, either through.
Does Master Korik have any idea why the druids would have stolen this particularly? Or did they steal other things?
They stole a few things, but this was among what they took. Their people used wild shape to get past some of our defenses. Quite ingenious.
Oh, Beryl will remember this.
He gives you a look. He says, we protect our vaults more against our own kind. It's very rare we have to deal with other types of casters. He says, clerics don't usually pose much of a challenge with their magics, but druids, well, as you know, druids can be quite slippery.
Yes, Beryl is super sneaky.
Indeed. So if you want, you can add that to your quest as well. Get the Feywild tuning fork from Archdruid Uthe of the southern swamps. He says, she has many druids who serve her. I've never actually met the woman, but I have heard of her. Most of the Archdruids do not associate with any of the Empire people. I think the northern druid, a dwarf, is somewhat friendly to the northern dwarven empire, but even he is not the biggest fans of my people or the Teruvians. He says perhaps there is a opportunity for some sort of diplomacy here. But I'll leave the details up to you. I just wanted to deliver the message.
I'm just adding to that's all.
Yeah, no worries. And are you saying anything, Thorothi? I don't know. Have you met the Archdruid before? Or sorry, the Archmage? Alright, so yeah. If you want to say anything, just let me know. He's just been talking to Beryl, probably because he doesn't know you very well.
Yeah. He's the one we tried to go see when we got back to Tyvanus, but he was out. So Beryl would introduce, when he does show up, yeah. Introduce Thoreau so that he knows that he's one of the tribe.
All right. Well, is your phone not working now? Did you lose voice?
I think he said his phone died.
Oh,
Might be out
okay.
of battery.
All right. Well, I guess I won't do too much interactions by text, but we'll just say maybe like there's a bit of an introduction here, so maybe you could talk to him next time. But yeah, so he'll give you that information and say, now I'd very much like to get back to the safe confines of my tower, unless there's anything else I can do for you.
Beryl, thanks Master Quark, very much for going out of your way like this. Beryl appreciates very much, and
Where do we go? Thank you, Archmage.
Oh, we got a Thorothi. He says, "Oh, yes, of course. No worries. You all have been helpful to us in the past, so I have no problems with helping you out as well. Especially if once you are able to find the Rune Master Tower, perhaps you could even give myself and my guild a bit of a sneak peek at some of that old magic.
oh yeah,
But I'll leave that up to you and your your discretion how you wish to handle that. But for now, I'm happy to help however I can. Give me an insight check. Either one of you could be active.
Oh,
12. All right. So okay. So Beryl, he definitely kind of snuck that in. Just happened to mention that. You get the feeling that maybe this is part of the reason he is doing that, to maybe like call in a favor later to help you guys. That one of the reasons why he's helping you out so much. I mean, he is a friend, but this is also politics.
Yeah. Which
So
I'm not sure that, honestly, I'm pretty sure that regardless of my insight roll, like Beryl is not like doesn't understand the politics of the humans, so that's probably over her head.
yeah. All right. So he would once again like thank you before teleporting away. So I'll say you all get back to the camp. What time did I say? It was around like 4:30.
And is it the 76th?
5.
Did we advance the calendar from when we
It is the 77th.
7th? Okay, I just want to make sure I recorded the quest correctly.
Yeah, it should say 77th on the calendar right now at 5 p.m.
Oh, I guess I need to refresh because I had it open already. That's what.
Yeah, sometimes it auto updates, but sometimes it doesn't. So yeah, you get back. Anna Kate's still a little bit drunk, but she's probably getting over it now. Shiva would be there to greet you after a quick discussion with Tyron. She would come meet up with the group.
I would introduce her to Thoreau.
Didn't she meet Thorothi? I thought he joined the group during this whole Giants thing.
Oh, then maybe.
Yeah, I think he had met her before. But yeah, she'll nonetheless greet you all again and say, I heard you wish to speak to me. I apologize, I was out on a hunt and doing some surveying of our new territory that we won from the corrupt ones.
So I guess we would just kind of reiterate what we had already told Tyron, like the basics of, we hadn't been back to Dazoric until just yesterday. So we did inform them that there are peaceful frost giants, or there are, non-hostile frost giants in the mountains here, that they shouldn't assume that all of you are, part of those ones that were causing the problems, the everlasting ones. And the proposal about possible diplomacy talks, and I would just repeat what happened with when with the conversation with Tyron, like, you know, we mentioned this to Tyron and he pointed out this and this, but she would go ahead and like inform Shiva basically of the same. And I assume Tharothy might also want to
Yes,
jump
right.
in.
All right. So give me another. All three of you can roll this. Give me another insight check as you're talking to her. Okay.
11.
So Tharothy would glean some more knowledge about her from these discussions, which I will put, or I will reveal in her sheet. So she will say, I tend to be in agreement with Tyron on this. I don't see much to be gained from trying to make peace or have any type of talks with the humans. Dazoric is quite far from us, and I mean, there's no reason why we need to disturb them or they us. Do you think there's something that we could gain from such an alliance?
I mean, it's hard to know what may come in the future if there was something that threatened both your lands in some way. It might be good that there was some communication conduit between the two peoples, even if it was not, you know, open trade or regular contact, but some way that you might work together. But it's hard to say if it would ever be needed.
Give me a persuasion check. Tharothy can make one too. I assume he is speaking as well,
Yeah.
since his phone is dying. He says, interesting, you mentioned trade. What do you think the humans would have that we would need? Or what do you think Dazoric would have?
Zoric does makes building materials and cuts very pretty gems and makes fine jewelry. Beryl is sure there are other things, but those are main trades there, as Beryl recalls. But
She
it's
says,
possible.
those are not really things that we would need in our camp. Though more wood wouldn't hurt. Perhaps a lumber trade would be useful. It would free up some of my people to do less logging and do more hunting. Maybe that's worth doing. She would look to what's his name? Tyron, who shrugs and says, "Well, you know my opinion with the humanoids. I think it's best they be avoided, but the small ones do make a point. The lumber could be of value." She says, "Well, how about well, where would they want to meet us and speak?"
Well, would Shiva prefer to have their representatives come out into mountains, or would Shiva prefer to visit the plains below?
He says, "Well," she says, you know, I don't... She says, if they wish, or if they're willing to come here, I would prefer that, as it would be a meeting on my lands. You know, I don't know these humans, these Dazoric people as well as I know you, so I wouldn't feel as comfortable going to their city. Unless there's some place in the middle we could meet.
If there is a middle ground, then Beryl could propose this, or Tribe could propose this.
Tyron says, "What of that logging camp that was destroyed? I know that they've been rebuilding it. Perhaps we could meet there." She says, "Oh, That's not in the middle, but it's close to a middle ground.
Is that this one? Or I can't
Yeah.
remember. Like,
Yeah, it's
Okay.
the one that you had that big fight with the
yeah.
whatever they're.
I remember the
corrupt
map. I
ones.
just didn't. I remember the actual camp map, but I didn't remember where on this map it was. So.
She says, "Well, it could be a benefit, and if nothing else, maybe we could set some expectations for travel through each other's lands." Very well, especially since you've all helped me so much getting back my Remoraz. I'll do this as a favor to you as well, because I assume this is something that you want to happen, or else you wouldn't be asking me.
Well, Beryl appreciates all tribe friends and would prefer if all tribe friends are at least, non-hostile and mutually, existing, if not good friends too.
All right. Well, I'll get my things ready and we'll start traveling tomorrow. We should get there much quicker, so you probably want to tell your nobility to send someone to speak with us.
What would I know the travel time in human terms?
The giants can probably
3 days or
travel
something?
about twice the speed of a human, so maybe 2 squares a day instead of 1.
Okay. So we're expecting her to be there in 3 or 4 days?
Yeah,
Like 4 to
about the
6
same
days?
time it would take the humans to get there if they
What
left
if we
tomorrow.
said 5 days? 5 days hence, we'll meet. That gives a little bit of leeway because we have to go and tell people and they have to prepare and stuff.
She nods.
choose a delegation
This
route.
is acceptable. I could leave in 2 days to give your people some time to get into position, get to the location.
This is acceptable for tribe. I think.
She
Beryl
says, "Well,
looks around. Yeah.
enough talk of politics. Let us continue our drink." She says, "I was gone all day and didn't have a chance to drink with you all. I'm a little bit jealous of Tyron here." She says, "Well, I've had a bit of a day. I don't think I'm drinking anymore, but you enjoy yourself, War Master." And he is going to basically haul the chained up creatures back to their pen, as well as the new creatures that he caught. Alright, so I'm just going to pass time unless any of you wish to...
Tarodi and Korik are gonna do some heavy drinking.
Yeah.
Or not Korik, Shiva.
Yeah, Shiva's definitely going to start drinking a bit. She has to catch up.
Question for tribe: do we want to go back to Dazoric in the morning to tell them to go, about the meeting in 5 days, or do we want to go back today so that Beryl has all of her spells in the morning? What time is it, Lou?
It is around 7 now.
7 p.m. Okay.
Or let's say 6, because I think they got back at 5, so we'll say it's 6.
Okay. Does anyone have any thoughts about how you want to do? Because it sounds like, I don't know, are we... This whole parlay or meeting between these two peoples, maybe should we be there for that, or are we just leaving them to their own devices? What do you think? Because Beryl's definitely not going to be politically minded about this, so I guess I would really want the input from the rest of the tribe on, are we just giving the people of Dazoric the message and then moving back on to our own thing, or are we involved here?
We might need to be involved as the common link between these two groups. Just to make introductions and make sure that they don't get off on the wrong foot.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. And I guess we could have made the meeting sooner because we could have teleported some people, but...
We could always go and come back.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, it seems like maybe we should stay the night in this camp since we've all been drinking.
Do you have a tree in the logging camp?
I do.
Okay.
That's this one right here.
Ah, okay, I see.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember. That's why I asked Lou, because I was thinking that there was a cave or something that we went to as well, and I wasn't sure if that was this or. But I think, yeah, they're in the vicinity of each other no matter what. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So time is passing. Nothing else happens during the day. I assume you would just drink with Shiva and have some relaxation time, some laughter. So the evening is passing. Go ahead and pay your camp.
I would also.
You have to worry about upkeeps here for yourselves. You would just
Okay.
they would just give you food. But go
I would
ahead and pay your
also
camp.
tell Anna Kate and the rest of the tribe, the background tribe members, about Korik's visit and news about the Archdruid of the South and the Tuning Fork.
So Anna Kate, because I think or wait, who are you telling?
Anna Kate and the background members of the tribe that aren't here
Okay,
today.
so your camp basically.
Yeah.
All right. So Boulder Bottom would say, never been to the swamps. Always thought it was a bit too far from my known areas. Might be interesting.
Swamp has the most amazing smells. Beryl misses sometimes.
Yeah, he says, well, heard stories saying the opposite, little Cobalt, but we'll see. Maybe I've heard wrong. Alright, so the evening would pass. Like I said, make sure you pay your camp. And it is now the 78th of summer at 8 a.m., so you can long rest again.
Oh, that would have been interesting.
Well,
All right.
if you were Anna.
If I switched, yeah, because I might have done another heist to put the sapphires back.
Sneak them back in.
All right. So I guess we are going to head back to the Zora.
All right.
Kate wants to get a brooch made, and we need to inform the nobleman of the proposed meeting.
Alright, so in the morning, you once again use your quick tree teleportation, spending a spell. And you would return to Dazoric along with your camp.
Alright.
Which I'm guessing you are going to talk to the noble families.
Yeah, I guess we would go back to Chevreau unless Anna Kate or Thoreau, want to go someplace different. Like, because I know out of character, I know Anna Kate was talking about finding a jeweler, but I don't know that Beryl knows that.
No, she probably wouldn't say anything now, but at some point she's going to want to head over to the Javier estate.
Well, if we go see Chevreau, then that's where we're heading now. Right?
Oh, right. I get the two estates confused. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think the ones in the northeast are the loggers, right?
Yeah, the Lavic are the loggers, the Javier are the miners, and what was it? Miners and something else. Jewel cutters. So that would kind of, unless you want to roleplay, I'm just gonna kind of say you talk to them and let them know. That would complete the quest. In return, the Javier and Lavic both agree that if you wish to set up a base here, they will let your ally do it on the cheap. So they'll help fund your base.
Quick question. One thing I would ask that we could ask of the Javier during some of these meetings is whether any of their mines are sapphire mines.
He says, yeah, we do have some sapphire mines, yes.
So this is something that is of great value to frost giants in case you are interested in having gifts for them or any items of, friendship or...
This is good to know. I will let my people know.
And I would also share that Shiva had mentioned that building materials, lumber is always valuable, so yeah.
I think I should make a tab. Do we have a tab for your guild yet?
No.
All right. Maybe I should
We
make
have
one.
them. We have the 2 guild locations in the locations list, but
Yeah, I don't know what this
so,
is gonna
like-
look like yet. I'm just gonna make one for it.
Okay.
You can figure it out.
like you can sort the inventory by location to see the stuff that we have at the 2 guild locations, but that we don't have anything else about the 2 guild locations.
All right. So you have Tyvanus, and what was the other one? Char.
Yeah,
Oops.
and I guess it sounds like we're going to inform Alira that Dazoric is ripe for the. In fact, we could even give her like a ride up to Dazoric at some point, because obviously it's many months travel.
All right. I'll just say it's being built
Are we
for the
are we
current.
spreading ourselves too thin here? This
Well,
this
you
new
don't.
business.
Sorry, what?
Just, with this new business, being so far flung, are we spreading ourselves too thin?
Well, we can tell Alira that she needs to work on recruiting some wizards and
Some
druids.
managers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
you don't have to worry about the guild's stuff. That's like you put her in charge of that, so you're just doing
Yeah.
your
Perhaps
thing.
we should just look for franchise owners. Yeah.
It's like
Maybe
Well, but
someone
if-
here would like to
If
Try
they
would
can
like
get,
to license our intellectual property for their own franchise. Or,
if they can
incorporate.
get some more, if they can get some more wizards and stuff, then they could begin making circles at the guild halls too, and that would increase their travel as well.
That would take a lot of money to do, so they're probably not
okay.
going to do that just yet. But maybe in the future.
Oh, can we ask the Dazoric noble people if there are any spell circles in Dazoric?
No, neither of the families has circles of teleportation. The wizards don't really have a good reason to come here, so no
Okay.
one's put.
That's okay. Farrell has her trees for coming here, so okay, that works.
All right. So yeah, at this point, that quest is pretty much done. If you want to have further involvement in it, that's like up to you. But yeah, it's up to you what
Okay.
you want to do. So you can cross
The
it
giant
off.
diplomacy. The giant diplomacy.
Yeah, at this point, you're kind of leaving it up to them to figure it out, unless you want to be more directly involved. Make sure it goes well, but you
What
don't.
do we think
You don't
best?
have to. The dog's yelling at me. So what do you want to do next?
AK, did you say you wanted to visit market?
I would like to talk to one of the jewelsmiths. Since I know, it sounds like they work with sapphires, and I've come across some sapphires as it happens.
So Chevreau could introduce you. Are you trying to just sell them? Like sell your
No,
stolen-
I'm wanting to make them into a brooch.
Oh, like jewelry craft? Jeweler?
Yes.
So Chevreau knows people who can cut stones. If you're asking about jewelry, he could recommend a couple of people, but the Havir don't generally make jewelry
Okay.
themselves. But he
I
could give
gotcha.
you some names of people who could do it.
I see.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. I can probably find someone in Tyvanus, and honestly, it would probably be safer to
Further away to fence this stuff.
Exactly.
Couldn't hurt. Especially since it's so much easier for you with your quick travel.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, what do you want to do? What is the group's next move? Seems like you keep finding new side quests as you go.
Right. So do we return to Tyvanus or to Roic Hall? Well, not Roic Halls, but to Under the Mountain, up beyond Roic Halls, or which actually. Yeah, you said Beryl found some shrooms and stuff. That's why we were confident in teleporting out, is because she has some shroom friends down there that she can go back, right?
Yeah, well, there's some shroomwood trees that
Yeah.
are large enough that you could use them as a gateway.
Okay. So we can go back to Runemaster Tower quest, which is main quest, or we can go back to Tyvanus and see what we want to do about the Blood Hand or the swan. Well, I guess the swan is kind of on hold for the Feywild quest. And so then, or we could go to the swamps and start looking for this tuning fork.
How urgent is the need for this tuning fork?
It's a good question. I mean,
Did
the swamp.
Did Ekris
The
say how long they'd been here?
he said he'd been here a few weeks and he didn't like it. He didn't
Yeah.
like the salty water, having to fish and like hide in the caves.
Yeah.
He was worried the humans were going to hunt him down and kill him.
Yeah,
or something.
honestly, I think, guys, Barrel's gonna be like all for going to the swamp, I think. But that does not mean that it has to be our objective. I just think that Barrel would consider it urgent.
What's she going to say?
Out of character, I think we should go back to their main quest line and go to find the Rune Master
Yeah.
Tower.
It's probably wise.
But yeah, Beryl would be like, well, the longer that majestic Ekris is separated from home, the more likely maybe he finds danger here or finds people that mean them harm. Very important to get Ekris home. That would be Beryl's viewpoint.
I think that's a good argument, Beryl Boulderbottom says. If this creature is of the Feywild, it would be good of us to help it. But I also know that you all are very interested in getting to the Rune Tower. Whatever you choose, I will continue to stay with the camp, as I think this group...
What if...
go ahead.
No, you're fine, sorry.
Just that this group is definitely a good investment of my time. You've accomplished quite a bit of good in the time I've been with you, so I'm willing to
And
give
Tribe
you
is
more.
very pleased to have Roldo's help.
So yeah, I guess you guys could do a vote or something. It's up to you how you want to handle this.
Another thought. What if Tribe went to meet the Swamp Archdruid and told the truth? Tribe seeks help for majestic creature of Feywild, and Tribe came to Druids because they may be able to help. Tribe doesn't have to let Druids know that Tribe already knows they have tuning fork.
I don't suppose you're friends with a tree in the swamp, Beryl, Boulderbottom would say.
Yes, Beryl has many tree friends in the swamp because Beryl grew up there. And out of character, the spell only says that I have to have seen the tree before, so I didn't have to have the magic when I saw the tree, right?
Let's see.
You must have seen or touched the destination plant at least once before.
So, yeah, I mean, during your childhood,
Like when she left,
I mean,
when
it's
she left-
you see a ton of trees. It would have to be a tree you kind of remember.
Okay.
'Cause,
But like,
yeah,
I mean,
just walking past trees.
yeah, but she didn't know this magic when she left the swamp. But if there's a couple of trees she remembers from her childhood, she could potentially.
Yeah, I'll say where your tribe was, because you were in the swamps, right? Maybe there was an area. I mean, being kind of always into nature, maybe like there was an old tree that you really liked and would always like hang out under that you're familiar with. That's near your tribe, though. You're not sure how far that is.
Right.
From
Yeah.
the
No.
Druid.
Do we have any leads or knowledge that the mage gave us on where in the swamps we might find the druid?
No, because he didn't know. You
Gotcha,
would have
yeah,
to.
okay.
You would have to track her down. But he
Okay.
said she did have druidic followers. I'm sure you'd be pretty sure that someone knows where she is, because
Right.
she's probably
presumably-
pretty powerful.
And presumably I would know the area around my tribe of birth, so I would at least kind of maybe know which parts of the swamp to go to that aren't, that might be, that I don't know. Because,
So out of game, are we all okay pursuing this, or are we more just want to get back to the main stuff?
No, I'm all in favor of pursuing it.
Kind of some more
Let's,
background stuff.
Let's go for the swamp.
We're kind of
And
split
Therodi
now
actually
between.
agreed. Therodi actually agreed way back when Korik was first giving us the quest. He said in chat, I agree.
All right. Yeah, it's there's a couple of backstory quests. This is more leaning towards Beryl since it involves Arc Druids. Maybe give her a little bit more of a, you know,
Plus, we're going back to the territory where her tribe,
people were.
her original tribe, is located.
Yeah. The first tribe. Which didn't you have some? Were you? Did you say you were kicked
She's
out of
not.
your tribe?
Yeah, she's not welcome there.
So that might be an interesting interaction.
Yeah. And the tribe was called Mossrill.
Yes, the tree is very close to at least where her people used to be, if they're not still there.
So Beryl will be a little nervous. Beryl's plan is to go to the tree and then sneak away from Mossrill.
All right, so why don't we do MVP votes? Does anyone have XP they want to claim for actions that are good or relate to their background, or traits or flaws or any of that?
I don't know
Any
Thoreau's
inspiration?
like. I don't know if it if this is mentioned in Thoreau's like traits or flaws or anything, but we learned today that he's quite a heavy drinker. Maybe that's related to his backstory in some way.
If that is something in his background stuff, there can certainly be an argument for that. But yeah, for the MVP stuff, that's what you vote on. For the for the more background related stuff, let me know, because I don't know what your background descriptions are. So Beryl, with 2 votes, you were MVP.
Oh, thank you guys.
Gain an inspiration.
Yay. And I was low too, so yeah.
And just for reference, background is the stuff that appears in like personality traits, ideals, bonds, and flaws.
Okay.
So anything you did that kind of go along with those, if it was something of note, like you can't just be like a common action, unless it was like you've done a common action a lot, but anything like maybe something of note that goes along with that stuff, you can claim it for an inspiration point. But otherwise, yeah, we'll end here. Beryl is MVP.
I would like to point out that some of my characteristics on my character sheet were done ironically. Like my ideal is self-knowledge. If you know yourself, there's nothing left to know. I picked these when my character had a split personality and didn't realize it. So it was quite ironic.
Well, if you want to put stuff in that is easier to role play, and we can even have stuff for Anna and Kata separately if you want to. Like,
well, that's what I was thinking. I really need 2 sets of them.
two character sheets.
They're not. They don't have the same characteristics by any stretch.
Yeah. So if you want to have those, like, because you could just put in parentheses next to each one, like Anna or Kata, and then like, let me see. So I'll say, like, you keeping the heist a secret and tricking the group, one of your flaws. I'll give you an inspiration point for that.
Oh, okay, thank you.
But yeah, that's the type of thing you could claim.
Gotcha.
Nice.
Because yeah, that was.
Despite the fact that she almost gave it away.
Almost.
She was drunk. Because she was drunk.
She was drunk.
Thank you, Thoreau, for your persuasive your addition of persuasion in the group. Hopefully next time, like, you'll actually be able to do the persuasion aloud.
So we're ending in Dazoric on the 78th of summer at 9 a.m.
Okay.
My dog barking at me. Did we have any downtime? No, we didn't. We were mostly on the move.
Yeah, we were just tree hopping. Honestly, that spell is flippin' amazing. I love it so much.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
I enjoyed it.
All right, have a good night.
Thanks, Lou.
You're welcome.